What's up? You got Dana here, and I had the opportunity of going to the SpitDatHeat event that took place on Sunday. I didn't make it to the Saturday PGs. I didn't even know they were gonna have a PG event, but that's neither here nor there. From what I heard, everyone had a good time. A couple of guys even rapped off the fly, and it was a pretty good time. So for anybody who was there and you end up watching this, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section below about your experience on Saturday. But in this video, I'm just going to be talking about Sunday in particular and just running down the battles that I remember, and just giving y'all a little insight on what took place. But anyway, let me get into this card. I have to go ahead and say that a couple people weren't able to show up. So some battles didn't take place. The Ill Roll versus Indy Savage battle didn't happen. Broadway Burns versus Bash Ab didn't happen. And me personally, I didn't get to see Maniac battle at all because I left early and was under the impression that all of the battles had happened. H-Jab Bell versus Grimes is a battle that I'm probably going to have to see on camera. So I'm saving my judgment for them. In my eyes, it was pretty debatable. CT versus Billy Duchess was pretty debatable to me as well. I think both of them were really strong, and that'll be one of the battles that come down to preference. Steve-O versus New Era was one of the earliest bodies there at the event. I feel like Steve-O was clearly outmatched, out-rapped, out-schemed, out-punchlined. It was just bad from start to end. Era came with a lot to prove, and I think it showed through his rounds. So I had to give that battle to Era 3-0. Another body on that card was LKO versus Player Ant, and that battle was actually judged. It was unanimous for LKO. He seemed to be one of the guys that just had a point to prove, and it showed. He was very aggressive and deflected a lot of angles that Steve-O had really well, which I liked. Riggs versus K Marco, I gave it to K Marco. He was really, really aggressive. There were a lot of guys who really surprised me. He was one of them. I thoroughly enjoyed that battle. It'll probably be debatable on camera though, but like I said in the building, that's who I gave it to. Say 2-1. Super Rider versus Stack Almighty was another 2-1 to me. That battle was actually pretty close as well, but one thing that I have to say is I was expecting for Super Rider to come with it, for the simple fact that he had a lot to prove coming off that Newborn battle. Depending on who you ask, some people say that he got 3-0 versus Newborn. So to come off a highly viewed loss on URL, it would be, it would be in that rapper's best interest to come as hard as they can possibly come. So I have to give it up to Super Rider for just proving a point, There were some really funny model bars that Stack Almighty had that had the crowd go crazy. They were really funny. Great angle, I liked it. That was a great battle as well. Steve DZ versus Cyboy was actually the main event on this card, the headlining battle of this card. And I have to say that, don't believe the hype, people. In my mind, Steve DZ won. I think it's gonna show on camera even more. This battle, this battle was, to me, pretty clearly one-sided. I felt like Cyboy lost, and I feel like John Nadine helped him lose. I think sometimes you gotta control your hype men and what it is they're doing. And I mean, I know it's their job to make your verses sound that much doper and that much colder. But if they become a hindrance to the point where when you say something whack, they're still going, ooh and ah. Like, I spent maybe half of Cyboy's short, mind you, short round going, really? Like, y'all bigging up this foolishness, really? When his opponent went, you could even see it in Cyboy's face. He's like, I'm losing right now. Like, I'm convincingly losing. So I gave that battle to Steve DZ. Control your hype, man. Moral of that story. To be perfectly honest with you, Steve's round was longer. I feel like he out-rocked Cyboy, and it didn't come down to theatrics, which I liked. if you ask me, and this is just my personal opinion, you can feel how you want to feel about it. I feel like having his hype man in his corner actually took some away from him, and I feel like they actually were detrimental to the overall bottom line of him winning the battle, I feel like. And that's actually not the only battle where that was an issue. Briz versus Automatic Ray was another battle where I felt like the hype man, especially Briz's hype man, you know, he was predicting Briz's bars, spitting them before Briz could get them out himself, overhyping lines when people weren't reacting to them. You know, man, when the footage comes out, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. A-Town City versus PG Skillet. I gave that to A-Town City. I think it was a clear win for him. One thing that I have to say, and this is just constructive criticism from someone who noticed it live, is the fact that some of A-Town City's setups took way too long to get formulated. It reminded me of like Old Verb in a sense, but because the setups took so long to gather up steam, I felt like some of them were borderline forced. So just something to consider. I'm not knocking you, you know, I know you're gonna see this, so I'm not knocking you, it's something I noticed and I felt like it was worth noting. Mills versus Genocide was a battle that I had pegged as another clear body, but Genocide turned up his performance quite a bit. Mills was no slouch though. I have to say that this was definitely a fight of the wills. This is gonna be another battle that just comes down to preference, I believe. I think that I might have been under the impression that Genocide was going to underperform, and actually his performance was turned up way more than I had anticipated. And if you are familiar with his stuff, this is probably the most aggressive that I have seen him. So look out for that battle. I am hoping that it does numbers because it's a great battle for the both of them. It was definitely a test of the wills. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it. Maniac versus Sleek 2, like I said, I wasn't in the building for that battle, so I can't speak on it at all. Dildo Monster versus TGO, from what I heard, because I was getting a drink on to it. So I think I just missed this one altogether, but from what I heard, Dildo Monster caught a body, so congratulations, Dildo Monster. I heard you caught a nice one. Totally forgot. JC versus Young Pablo. I have to say that that was another good battle. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. That definitely put me on the game as far as how JC's running around the country, stealing y'all's money and stuff. The man can be beat. He can't be beat the way that y'all are rapping to him. Using the whole dance thing against him at this point, it's like beating a dead horse. There's only so many ways you can go with that, and if that's your only angle for him, it's going to be a long night for you every time somebody steps up to battle him. With that being said, I thought that he clearly beat Young Pablo. Young Pablo's talented though, I do have to say that. No knock to him, I just feel like JC out-rapped him, straight up and down. And that was pretty much the card. If there was anything I missed, please let me know down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment and subscribe. I'll see y'all in my next video. And yeah, I'm back, hoes, so you can shut up complaining about my absence. Peace.